Stop posting content that sounds good, but doesn't convert. Your content problem is really a strategy problem. ViralGen turns your idea into hook scripts, audience insight, conversion strategy. Get niche-aware output in seconds. Free gets you started. Pro unlocks scripts, agency unlocks full cash bridge strategy. Start your free trial, getviralgen.io.
Drowning in content chaos? ViralGen is the lifeboat. Type in a biz idea, pick niche, audience, platform, goal, tone, then hit generate. Boom! Hooks pop up like magic. Pro scripts and agency strategies? Locked and loaded. Dive into metrics like a pro. It's like having a content wizard in your pocket. Start a free trial at getviralgen.io and let the AI do the heavy lifting.
Struggling to keep up with content trends? ViralGen AI platform is the game changer. Log in, upload, boom! Instant viral-worthy content ideas. With its AI-driven insights and creative prompts, it's like having a genius content buddy who never sleeps. Perfect for creators craving fresh, engaging posts without the burnout. Tried it once? Now it's like caffeine for creativity. Dive in and level up your content game today.
Hi, Robert.
And the enunciation of your first name is it Saya or Saya?
Sai.
Sai. Well, it
Yeah.
is indeed a pleasure, my friend. Yes,
It's
indeed a pleasure. Thank you.
it's an honor for me to connect you and to have this conversation, Robert. Thank you very much for accepting my invitation and accepting to be on my show.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. The time is now. The time is now.
I've gone through your profile. I can see you're doing great work. You are into multiple roles and you're doing different things. So I thought to tell about your work to my audience.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, it's a time where I think so many of us have been called forth to respond to the challenges that we have as a culture and a planet, and how we can assist in the transition and oftentimes transformation of the culture that we live in into one that's adaptable, loving, caring, conscious, and sustainable for the future. So it's really calling a lot of us forth, like the work you're doing in bringing information out to people, because it's really, the time is now. We're a planet. We have been through many eons of development as a planet to come to this point in time, and it's really a pivot that we have choices to make, all of us, choices from our hearts more so than from our minds, about who we are, where we're going, and with whom right now. So that's really my work, is how can I help facilitate in feeding people, not only food, but feeding people positive information about the potential of creating a new world, at least a more peaceful world to begin with. And I see it all around me. I see it in your eyes. I see it in the eyes of many, that willingness and that readiness to embrace all the opportunities that are afforded us, interestingly enough, not by an external world, but by a world within us. We're being asked to go in now, and I know I am, to find the answers, to find the direction, to find the peace, and the connection with who and what we are, which is ultimately we're magical spirits in bodies. And so it's our time to understand that and recognize that. And that is my path. That is my journey. And I welcome everyone to join me on that journey.
Sure. So uh, Can you please introduce yourself to my audience? Your name, your place.
Robert Davis, and I have 3 websites: lighttransitions.com, newedgesystems.com, which is about food development, new foods for a new culture, and frontiertheater.org, where I interview people similar to what you do. So those 3 I have currently. But my focus really at this point in all of my work is healing, individual healing and collective healing. I know for myself, I'm in a process of, I've had several dark nights of the soul, and at this point in time, I am currently going through a dark night of the soul to hopefully allow me the perspective, the understanding, and the depth to be a little more helpful and at service at a deeper level for people going through this transition. And many are not necessarily conscious of it at the surface, but the subconscious element is very active right now in stating to so many people, it's time for a change. It's time for a deep change. So that's, again, my work is to facilitate, embrace, champion, and shepherd people going through this process of individual and collective change.
So, what is your motivation to start this, and what's your driving force?
Well, just my observation of the planet. I've got a master's degree in planetary evolution, studying cosmogenesis, anthropogenesis, and spiritual evolution. So from the beginning of my educational career, I've been interested in understanding how the planet evolves and how people interact with that process and what are the potentials for people to grow and change and embrace their higher self in their own journeys. And I have a book on Amazon called A Personal Planetary Awakening, which was an experience I went through in 2008, a kind of Kundalini awakening experience that allowed me tremendous insight at that point. But then I realized I wasn't done with those processes. And so recently I've, I guess, taken on another level of that dark night of the soul process so I could gain more insight into who I am and how I can be helpful. So the impetus for what I do is based on deep self-reflection of what I've experienced and how I can be of service to others and help facilitate their process with grace, with love, and with a deep sense of caring.
So, what all you learned and what all you want to say to the world?
I've learned that this is the time. This is the time that we are all here together to experience everything we're experiencing and to transmute, if we can, the darkness and the heaviness of these times into light and empowerment and self-love so that we can move together collectively towards really a new horizon of possibilities. And what I've learned is that one person at a time is what it's all about. One person, introspection, processing, releasing, growing, expanding, and finding the love in their heart to share with others.
So, your master's degree is about?
Yes, it was in planetary evolution.
So how planets, actually, especially the Earth planet, evolved?
Well, it's evolving before our very eyes right now. We're seeing a new culture emerge besides other cultures that have been here. And there's been numerous cultures going back hundreds of thousands of years that we're just now learning about. We're learning about the Younger Dryas period at 12,000 BC, which was the great flood that took away a lot of the remnants of the cultures preceding us. So we're learning more and more about our past and really understanding that we are, in fact, a star culture. We are a star culture. We come from the stars. We are of the stars. And so that's something that we're starting to understand. And our planet is evolving in cadence with that inner knowing that we are connected with the stars. So that's how we're evolving. We're becoming really a new species right now before our very eyes.
So, so, so every part of the planet is different.
It is. It is. You're absolutely right. And all are evolving in their own time and way right now. But there is an evolutionary push that's occurring. You can see people wanting to do good things, positive things, all around the world, even in areas that are suffering right now. There's a lot of energy that's still there and emerging. So it's a time where we really have to embrace our trust at the highest possible level and alignment of who really we are, which is spirit incarnate. And that's our way through. That's our way through. And the ability to connect with others that are also sharing in that process. And that's,
So,
again, why I'm here.
so you have two other websites. What is it about? The second and third.
Which other websites?
You
Yes,
you mentioned three.
three, yes. Lighttransitions.com is my, I guess we'll call it a coaching site, but more or less a wayseer site, a site of shepherding individuals and groups and even businesses right now into the new paradigm that we're experiencing. Lighttransitions.com. NewEdgeSystems.net is my business food formulation site where I develop new foods for a new world. And frontiertheater.org is an interview site where I've had a radio show called Light Transitions Radio back in 2012. All those interviews are on that site, plus new video interviews about individuals like yourself and others that are trying to make a difference and are making a difference by promoting people that are heartfelt and are trying to make a change.
So new food. Can you tell more about it?
New foods, yes, where I work with plant proteins exclusively, working with rice and hemp and soy and so forth to create new foods that really haven't been done. I'm right now developing a new state-of-the-art vegan hot dog, which is the best type of hot dog that's really been developed, but a new variety of that, and a new vegan cheese that acts and tastes like mozzarella, but it's beyond that. It's plant-based foods. And I just finished developing a company called Planet-Based Foods with my son. That was the first hemp food company that had really this major distribution we had with organic hemp ice cream and taquitos. So hemp is a very important product now as well as we go into the future. So it's about picking foods that are enjoyable in a conventional sense and making them more healthy if I can. That's the new food.
So interviews. So who all you have interviewed, and what is it based on?
Transformation and change. Transformation and change. What's going on with the planet, and how are different people addressing that change? And how are they connecting with others to facilitate it? So it's exciting to see the beautiful souls that are responding to what really is occurring right now. And we're right at the razor's edge, right at the razor's edge. So the time is definitively now for people to come home to themselves, come home to themselves. And it's not an easy process often. And again, that's what I offer, is a way through, a way to facilitate, and a way to support someone, not only in individuals, but businesses that are trying to evolve into a new world market.
So your subject is planetary evolution. So how do you uh, relate this with human evolution?
How do I relate it with what now?
Human evolution.
Well, we're all in it together. You know, we're really not separate from Gaia. Gaia is alive as a planet, and we happen to be visitors and guests here. We're really on a spaceship, but don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. We're on a spaceship going through space, you know. And if you were to take down the clouds in the sky of the day, could you imagine looking up during the day and seeing the stars all around us? That's basically where we are. So a lot of that is really being recognized now, that we are, in fact, on a spaceship moving through the universe. And we're connected. You know, all sentient beings, even through mineral, plant, and all animal queendoms and kingdoms, so to speak, are all evolving at the same time. You've probably noticed that there's a lot more, you know, animals are, becoming much more prevalent in our consciousness because they're connecting with humans. They're connecting and they're evolving. We also have a lot of information from whales and dolphins right now coming through, because it is, in fact, a water planet. We live on a water planet. So there's a lot of intelligence in all of those, let alone the octopus and all of these things that are really becoming more known now for their consciousness. So we're all evolving day by day.
So why humans are not able to explore under the ocean?
Well, they are. They are starting to explore more and more. It's a vast ocean right now, and with all the underwater aerial phenomena that's under there, with whether there's bases, probably in the ocean. I think it's probably been identified with the number of UFOs and so forth that have now come on the scene, that the ocean is a repository for a lot of very interesting information. And I think a lot of it has been explored. I don't know if a lot of the information has been offered to the public right now, but you have to look back 12,000 years ago, before the cataclysm that occurred. There was a lot of landmass that was above the water that's not showing today. The whole Bohemian Plateau, which is one of the outlying areas of Atlantis, was above water. It was a huge landmass. So all around the world, particularly off of India, you know, there's a lot of cities, as you know. What is it called? The Mahabharata? The Mahabharata.
Mahabharata. Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's something to always look at and understand. I can see a smile you have on that. So that's what we're talking about, that kind of information, besides something called the Urantia teachings or Ohaspi or Life and Teachings from the Masters of the Far East or the Secret Doctrine, or so many works of information that explain that we live on a magical planet, a very, very spiritual, magical planet. And that's really what we're all coming to terms with, each of us in our own way.
So there is space exploration going on, and there is new information that we are getting every day almost with the technology that we have.
Yes,
So not even close to our planet, it's there is another planet which exists like us. So I remember Elon Musk said one thing in an interview with a journalist. Either we think that there are, you know, there there are other planets where there is a there is a living being that exists, which is scary for us, right? So that is one thing. If the second thing is there is no other planet like us, and there is no other living beings, and we are alone in this silent universe, that is also a scary thing.
it
So
is. Well, just to allay your concern, I don't think we're alone. I don't think we're alone. I believe we're joined not only by a sense of other beings, entities from other star systems that share some corporal reality, but we're also connected with in what's called the omniverse versus a
yeah,
multiverse.
yeah, I want to interrupt you here because I have a very interesting question. I believe that your answer will really help audience to understand it. Right. So uh, you said our planet is a magical planet, right? So
Yes,
there is a very strong reason for you to say that because you have studied that subject, right? So
yes,
in order to form this planet, there are so many things, should come together to get this form, right?
yes,
It took some time to see what we are seeing today, right? So not even near to our planet or till now with the technology and with the satellites or whatever that we have created in order to understand the space, we do not got information till 2026 we are living today. We do not have any information that there is a species exist in other planet, but we hardly know that there is water that exists. There is a planet which is full of water. There is no land. That is also a planet which was recently announced. So, like this. But till now, there is no evidence that there is a living being that exists. So, how you can say that there there must be a possibility that there is other species or we are not alone? What's the
well,
reason?
yeah, I think it comes down to if we had somebody on the broadcast from the CIA or the United States military or other military agencies around the world, I think we would probably have an answer as to the evidence of other species. It's this is a time when that's coming out, let alone Steven Spielberg's new movie that just came out. But it's a matter of there seems to be a lot of credible evidence that we have been visited before, whether or not our own heritage is intermingled with extraterrestrial genetics. There's a lot of questions, and we're getting closer to a lot of definitive answers. But yes, I think that there is evidence that we are not alone, and that there are other species that are in existence and have visited our planet, and we have been in contact with them.
So you have experienced a lot in your life as a human being, and now you are trying to make the world a beautiful place to live for humans, also to other species, right? So uh, in if you sum up your life experience, right, all the experiences that you had, so right, so I mean, I know you can't say in one word or one sentence, that will be an injustice, but why you are here, why you
Yeah.
are here, and why you're doing what you're doing.
Well, it's comes as an innate drive within myself to always look at the present future and try to understand how I can be a better person and a person that helps facilitate and assist others in their evolution, their growth, to be absolutely clear on my role as a facilitator. And I've been honored with a lot of information this lifetime to be able to help people. And it's really my time to self-authenticate who and what I am so that I can move forward and be as effective as possible in helping so many people that are struggling and challenged at this point in time. That is my heart path. That is my heart path.
So what is New Age systems?
New Edge Systems is a food design website, and it showcases some of the products that I've developed over the years.
What are the products?
I developed the first tofu hot dog, the first major burger called the Ecotrition Eco Burger. I developed the first almond yogurt called Amande. I developed the first organic hemp ice cream by Planet Based Foods. I developed the first flax milk kefir from a company called Good Karma Foods, and kind of on and on. A lot of first generation products.
How many total?
Oh, probably 10 or 12 cutting edge products.
Where do you find the resource for it?
I'm just a good cook.
Okay,
I'm a good cook. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
wha-
I see something that is what it is now, and I look at it and see the potential of what it can be. The same way I look at a human or any living or even non-living, but everything has life force. So I'm not going to say anything, everything's non-living. A rock has energy and life force. It's just a lot slower than what we would deem to be a vital life force.
so what is the location that that you get this plant-based foods?
Well, I design from wherever I'm living is where that's my, I can design foods anywhere, but primarily I have a lab in my home that I can work with and develop products there, or I go to other facilities that have labs and I use their equipment to fine tune products. But it's basically a process of seeing something that is, and then seeing the potential of what it can be that's healthy.
So the 10 products that you have made, how much reach that you got, and how many people are using it?
Well, people are eating tofu hot dogs all over the world now.
Hmm.
So that's there. People are drinking hemp milk now. I developed the first aseptic hemp milk. People are eating vegan burgers, so-called bleeding burgers, vegetarian burgers. Um, I developed some of the first generations of those. So the ripple effect, I was always at the beginning of something. I wasn't necessarily at the ending. So I started things and other things evolved out of it like ripples.
So what do you like most?
In regard to what?
Food
In regard to
that you,
food?
yeah, that you
Well,
made.
well, I'm awfully fond of hemp-based foods made with hemp. And again, I'm just finishing up um, a state-of-the-art vegan hot dog, which it's a fun food. It's a time for fun wherever we can inject it into the culture. So that's something I really enjoy.
So light transition transformation coaching. So uh, what is that process and how it works?
Well, basically, as I've talked about, I facilitate positive change in an individual that is moving through their own process of challenge. I also am a certified hypnotherapist. So we work with a process, a beginning point, a middle point, and a finish. The beginning is we understand what exactly is transpiring for the person. The middle point is where we decide upon a protocol and different types of action steps we can take to improve the situation. And lastly, I utilize hypnotherapy to set those intentions into the subconscious so the person can embody the changes they want going into the future.
So how that will help them?
Well, they'll help them because from wherever they started is not going to be where they end, because the whole process is about listening and heartfully assisting the person in their own journey to self-discover what they need to improve whatever condition they're struggling with or challenged with. Then once that comes out, we solidify that knowing within themselves. So that's kind of a rough on the process.
So you study other species as well apart from humans.
Pardon?
You you understand, you study other species as well apart from
Yeah,
human beings.
yes.
So what are those common things that you see in majority of the species or all the species?
Well, I would say fear is the predominant one. It's the one that I feel the most. Fear and stability. Fear, stability, and the longing for heartful human connection. That's so strong. All of those things are in the mix, as well as a desire subconsciously to connect with source and spirit. We all have that. So that's just a few things. That's the
So what
commons.
so what do you understand about Earth in whole in all these years? And how it is evolving, how it is transforming, and what kind of a planet that we are going to give to the next generation.
Well, that's what we're sorting out right at the moment. And it's a situation that we have to accentuate the positives now, more so than ever. The groups in India, in Africa, everywhere that are seeing how to make change, how to get more water into the fields, how to eat better, how to get rid of glyphosate as a you know type of ingredient that's ubiquitous everywhere. So it's about everybody's journey individually right now. That's really the key thing. And again, I am here to help and be of assistance. So that's what I love doing. And the more people I can work with, um, the more I feel honored to have lived my life.
So how you are able to manage one side you are helping humans in transforming, and other side you're into making a new food, and other side you are interviewing people. So how this is happening?
Well, it's a labor of love, and everything unfolds according to its time. So if I'm coaching someone, that will be a period of time that I'm working an hour, two, three people, four people a day. And the food thing, I would be doing on another day. And I wouldn't schedule someone for that. If I was interviewing somebody, I would interview once or twice a month and find the time for all of that to happen.
So what you understood transforming humans, different humans?
What now? What do I understand?
Yeah, what you have understood helping other humans to become positive?
Well, it's a great joy of my life, is what I've understood it to be, and it's the most meaningful element of my life, and it's the reason that I believe I'm really here, is to be that person, one of many, and there's lots of wonderful people helping people, and so my process is one of deep understanding, having experienced the depths of the darkness of being, and I can bring that understanding to others and help them transform and transition into who and why they are here at this point.
So why actually there is diversity in the universe, and especially on our planet? Why diversity?
Why diversity?
Yeah.
Well, it's everything kind of works together. We're talking about nothing that's really separate. We're talking about a holism of symbiotic parts. Everything flows together. So that's what makes this planet so magical, is the symbiosis of all the interlocking parts that support each other in the ecosystems, as well as the individual humankind that is, spread about the planet. We're all coming to an understanding now, whether we like it or not, that we're all here together. And we have an opportunity. We have a great opportunity that really hasn't been offered in modern times, maybe in antiquatal times with other cultures beyond our relative understanding. But right now, this is the major epoch of our existence, to work through this period where we have forces that are obviously not necessarily of the light completely, but we do have forces of the light that are emerging. So this is where we find ourselves. And it's a time to reach out, connect with others that are positive and moving towards the light. And that's why I have light transitions. We are in a period of light transition.
So we are in the period of light transitions. And what about next generation's period? What is going to be the future of human
Well,
life?
that's hard for me to understand at this point, to see into the future. But I do know this, that there is enough information and energy and light in the culture today to bring us through to another level of being and existence, which we cannot even imagine at this point in time. So it's trusting in our hearts and in our own individual light right now that we are embarking on a journey into, people call it a fifth dimension, another way of being that is outside a linear process of becoming and is really a multidimensional process of becoming. And we are all participants in that at the moment. So it's that awakening, that honoring of ourself, our own process as we become more attuned to who and what we are, which will then become part of this beautiful unfolding of collectively who we are.
Biologically, physically, psychologically,
Yes.
where we are as a human being in the evolution,
Yeah.
what point
Well,
we reached.
we are, everybody's at a different point, but we're awakening to our connection with spirit. That is really the main driver right now for our evolution. That we are spirit, and that's primarily who and what we are.
So how do you define life of a human?
How do I define life of a human?
Yeah.
Well, it's self-evident unto each individual human. As far as the definition, um, we're born and we go through a process until we die, is the thing. And our each individual journey is unique. And we've all perhaps chosen to be here at this point in time to do what we're doing and to be who we are. So that's what each person has to find out for themselves.
So we all know that there is diversity in everything, in inside the body and outside the body of human being. Everywhere it's diversity. So we all know that, we are seeing that, and also change is constant. The only thing in the world or in the universe that is constant is change,
Correct.
right? Change is constant. It
Yes.
is, everything is changing. So we all know that. But adopting to the change. So it is difficult. Some of the humans from advanced countries or smart humans, adapting faster to the new culture or new climatic conditions or new food or new things or new technology or new things. They are allowing themselves to see new, hear new, eat new.
Yes.
So right, they are there. So that kind of a mindset, are always they are ahead. They are trying it and they are telling to the other category, the second category. And there are humans who are not adopting. I mean,
Yes.
they are not adopting to the change. So
Yes.
their bodies or physically or mentally, they are not. changing. So what do you say to the second category people?
You
They are
just love
hearing
them.
this.
You just love them for who they are. And that's all. You cannot change people fundamentally where they are. If there's interest, then you can work with individuals to facilitate their own evolution. But there may be many on the planet now that are not moving with the currents of positive change, as you've mentioned. And all we can do is extend our love to those individuals.
Is that not our responsibility to let them know about the change and
Oh, well,
you know
you can certainly let them know, and there's information out there that's available, but you cannot actually go up and ask somebody that's not interested to change. Uh, if they're ready, yes. If they're not, you just have to allow them the space until they are ready.
so how do we know that they are ready or not?
They would know. I don't know if I would know. They would be the first to know.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what do you say? What are your words to the listeners who are listening to this conversation from anywhere on this planet?
The words now for what? Excuse me?
What are your words to the listeners who are listening to you from anywhere on this planet?
Well, my words, first of all, is I love you. I love you. And I, uh, I honor each and everyone's journey at this time. And I know from my own personal experience the challenge it is to be alive and sensitive on the planet and to really reach out to those around you and extend your love to others as heartfully as you can, because all of us need that right now. So that's my words.
So where people can connect you and learn from you?
Lighttransitions.com is the website that people can look up and contact me. Lighttransitions.com.
Sure. So at last, as a person who is into understanding the planet evolution and also understanding the life of a human being and also exploring human beings' experiences, what's your observation about my work?
What was the last sentence? Excuse me.
What's your observation about my work?
Well, as I said, your work is part of the great work right now because you're activating information for people. And that's one of the most important things right now is to offer individuals insights as to different thought forms and different possibilities as we again grow into a new culture and share a new way of being together. That your work, as what I've done with my interviews and so forth, helps advance and support the positive changes that are needed.
So how this work will be useful for me in future and also to the social world.
How your work will be useful?
For me in my career and also to the social world.
Well, you're just offering information that can be understood and that has a reach right now, as we just discussed, into people that are looking for positive change.
So can I put this conversation on my podcast with your permission?
Yes,
Sure. So thank you very much again, Robert, for your valuable time and sharing some of your experiences and answering to some of my questions.
Wonderful. If you could send me a recorded link, that would be great that I could also send around. That would be wonderful.
Definitely, I'll share you. Robert, thank you again. Bye, sir.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Take care.